Hello, my name's Meredith Tharapos from RMIT University, and I'm here today talking with Brooke Donnelly at Coles headquarters here in Melbourne. So Brooke, can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your role?
Sure. So my name's Brooke Donnelly. I'm the General Manager for Sustainability at the Coles Group. Our business is, as most people would know, supermarkets, liquor stores. We're very much in the food business. We have about 2,500 retail outlets, and we have the pleasure of seeing about 20 million Australians a week.
Fabulous. And a very exciting role with quite a bit of influence. So Brooke, could you tell us about some of the environmentally and sustainable initiatives that you've introduced at Coles?
Yeah, sure. So I think it's really important to understand that sustainability has a really broad agenda. So we're working on everything from climate and emissions reduction and decarbonisation right through to zero waste, and how do we actually create a circular economy, and how do we create regenerative systems. So it's not just about what we do in Coles, but how we work with our supply chain as well. So, some of those initiatives would include something like carbon neutral beef. So that's our actual meat team working with farmers and suppliers and meat providers to create a certified range of carbon neutral beef. And I believe they've actually moved to pork now too. And so that's a really exciting initiative. Some of the other things include, you may have seen recently an announcement for the removal of all soft plastic bags and shopping bags from our supermarkets. We also have some great relationships with NGOs and various partners that we work with. We just announced this really fantastic partnership with Planet Ark, and that's a really important one because that helps us talk to consumers and our customers about really important environmental issues, but through a lens and an agency who has been at the forefront of consumer communication around environmental and positive environmental practices for such a very long time. So we're very excited about that relationship. We also have another great partnership with a really iconic and very important part of the Australian landscape, and that's our relationship with the Great Barrier Reef Foundation. So Coles has made a really long-term commitment there. We have a 10-year, $10 million relationship with the Great Barrier Reef Foundation, and we're working on really important and long-term research initiatives around things like blue carbon and understanding how we can capture carbon effectively through our natural environment and use that to work around the decarbonisation in our supply chain. So there's a lot that happens that's not just about communication, but actually how do we practically integrate with the communities and the suppliers and businesses and organisations and NGOs that are in our communities and within our larger supply chain.
Amazing work, and across such a large scale at different levels with different partners. So fabulous. And Brooke, can you tell us how you incorporate sustainability into your decision making? So, at a strategic level and then at the operational level as well within Coles.
Yeah, it's actually a really key part of ensuring that you have a structure that legitimises your sustainability initiatives. So we have a very robust governance system. Our sustainability initiatives in the agenda that we work to is overseen by our board. That then filters through to our executive leadership team, through to our senior leadership team, with myself and other general managers that work across the business. So I think one of the key things about sustainability is understanding that it's actually a community that creates sustainability, that actually creates the initiatives and drives it forward. You'll have a champion who might lead on something, but it actually takes all the different functions across the business to work really effectively together. And that's challenging. I mean, Coles has got 130,000 employees, lots of people doing lots of things and lots of different things every day as well. So it's really important that we have a great and robust governance system, a strong strategy, a clear understanding of what we're delivering. We also have a sustainability steering committee. So when it gets down to, how do we actually execute on a strategy? Because it's one thing to have a strategy, which is great, but then you've actually got to make it come to life. And so the Sustainability Steering Committee is really important in terms of executing the strategy and the agenda for sustainability throughout the business.
And then that's communicated down to the teams who will actually operationalise each of the strategies.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And so the Sustainability Steering Committee has senior representation through the organisation and through all the different cross-functional activities. So you'll have everybody from fresh produce to the meat team, to legal, to risk, to compliance, to the sustainability team, to the commercial teams, the transformation, everybody represented, and everybody understanding what the current agenda is and how and what we're actually delivering, because the trick here is to make sure that we've got a really strong alignment across the business, so that we can actually amplify the activity that we're doing across various issue areas. As you'd be aware, quite often in sustainability, a piece of work that you do here is entirely interdependent on other areas, and so it's really important that if we do something here, we understand how it will impact other areas within our focus.
Yeah, and that diverse perspective coming into the decision making, I guess, is really key as well.
Oh, it's incredibly valuable. You know, we all see the world in different ways, slightly different ways to each other, and so it's so important that individuals are, you know, represented in a multi-dimensional way, so that we actually have different views at the table and we've got a really diverse and robust process.
Amazing. Well, that's given us just a snapshot of some of the amazing sustainability practices that you've got in operation at Coles. So Brooke, thank you for your time today. We really, really appreciate it.
Thank you.